Welcome back to the Bepic and Final Form Entertainment Monday Night Lights Tournament. We are halfway through the broadcast. As all of round one is finished up, we have our first grand finalist, UTK, sitting in grands right now, waiting on the winner of semifinal number 2, which I brought in Dronas to help me sort out who our second grand finalist is going to be. Dronas, my man, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing incredible. I mean, I've been following along with the tournament, just watching all the different streams, of course, keeping in tune, seeing some great matches so far. I'm excited to see UTK in the grand finals. Of course, we're going to see their opponent here soon, Brewton-Parker, and Florida State being the next semifinal match we have on the docket.
Oh yeah, this should be a good one. I mean, it's a rematch of an SEL round 1 match on LAN that went to game 5. Now, the rosters are very different. I think Sino, Fries, and Luigi are the only returning players from that lobby. But the last time these two schools by name played each other, it went to game 5, and it went Brewton-Parker's way. But Florida State's playing with Fisher tonight. Brewton-Parker is playing with Antics and Manny tonight. I honestly, Drones, have no idea how this is going to go. I didn't think Florida State was going to get through Colorado in round 1, in all honesty. But they're here playing BPC, so we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, the Buffaloes, I mean, that's a very, very good team. I mean, in CCS, which you know I deal with a lot.
Yep.
Colorado, they're the #1 ranked team in the power rankings, and Florida State won it in 4. This team is on a roll. Now they're going against Brewton-Parker. It'll be interesting to see whether they can take down the Barons or not. I mean, if they're able to have the same performance that they had against Colorado, I think they're easily the favorites to do this.
Well, I think it's high time that we get this started then. I'll let them know to join up. Semifinal number 2 about to get underway. A best of 7, a reminder for all of you out there, between Brewton-Parker and Florida State. Here we go with game 1. I'm really hoping this is a lot closer than the UTK JMU series, because I would really love a tight semifinals.
Yeah, we'll have to see. You know, they always say game 1 is kind of an omen of how the rest of the series is going to go, so we'll see who is able to come out firing. Florida State already putting a couple shots on net. Fisher fires. Sino, nice save away. Luigi trying to strike it back post. Misses wide, but Florida State, they are not wasting any time trying to get the ice-breaking goal.
Absolutely not. You want the fast start here. And as we are getting into the action, shout out to Shu for the raid. I appreciate you for supporting the channel tonight. I missed that a second ago when it happened. So thank you, Shu, for bringing over everyone from your stream to check out Florida State Brewton-Parker as Fisher. Flip reset right there, denied by Brewton-Parker on the goal line. And I'm very curious to see what Fisher's kind of role is in this FSU roster, because I haven't gotten to see Fries and Luigi play with Fisher, but we're talking about Brewton-Parker here as Manny scores first.
Yeah, the Barons able to capitalize. Antics takes it up high, just gets a great touch over Fisher. Luigi a little bit late to that challenge, and Manny took full advantage. First minute gone. We've seen the Seminoles of Florida State have the majority of that offensive pressure, but Brewton-Parker being able to strike first.
Yeah, that's a nice counterattack, and man, he's trying to follow it up as well with just a dump off to Sino. That's an easy finish for the BBC rep. That was a spaced out FSU defense that could not get in front of that shot.
Yeah, they are struggling a little bit to kind of get in tune with this offense from Brewton-Parker, and with a minute 10 gone, there's still lots of time for either of these teams to take control. But Florida State, I mean, they had a great performance against Colorado, still trying to keep that consistency up. It still looks like they're figuring out the rotations a little bit with Fisher now in the lineup. But I mean, all 3 players have so much style, have so much mechanics, have so much knowledge of the game that you just have to feel that when they are able to get things going, that they're going to be almost unstoppable.
Oh yeah, FSU's, it's fun to watch when they are on point. So Brewton-Parker holding them off the ball right now as well as they are. Super impressive. Look at that from Manny. And Fisher's gonna return a little lip service right there with the fake. Take a neutral 50-50 with Antics, but I'm loving the fight over the ball right now, just to keep it out of each other's hands, because I'm sure both sides know the threat that awaits them if they allow the other team to gain momentum, because both sides, you give them a little bit of room to work with and they can make a lot happen. But FSU Nothing so far. Still a goose egg on the board as BPC clears. Fisher's in an awkward spot, but he does find the touch he needs.
Yeah, I think when you're talking about space, that's the main difference I've seen so far. We've seen Brewton-Parker, they've been able to score twice because they've been able to create that space. Florida State, they just haven't been able to close the gap quite as quick as BPC, and we've seen the Barons do a great job on defense, being able to limit that possession, which obviously limits opportunities for FSU. Antics wanted the redirect off the back hole, couldn't quite turn in the angle. Now Luigi up high, shot blocked early by Manny, came out of nowhere to steal that one away.
Oh, Manny has been insane so far in game one. Doing well in offense and killing at the moment in defense. But another opportunity goes the way of the Seminoles and still stuffed by BPC. Antics getting in the way of that shot. Fisher again trying with low boost. Manny got a whole lot in the tank as well. So looks like FSU should hold on the possession here, get another opportunity. But it's again deflected by Brewton-Parker. This time they find it clear.
Sino may have had an opportunity to redirect that one on net. Follow-up attempt just missing. Antics, another good cutoff at the midfield line. And I gotta ask, Bepic, when do you think Florida State start to panic here in game one? I mean, there's 90 seconds left to go, but they have nothing on the score tally. They need to get their offense going before it's too late.
Now, I wouldn't see this team panicking at all. Maybe not until like they're one game away from winning the whole event or something like that. Because Fries and Luigi both being graduated seniors, and Fisher just playing with them since Trix has no real intuitions to play the game anymore. This is a team play with house money. They're playing for fun right now. And so if they're having fun playing the game, I don't see them panicking at all. But against Brewton-Parker, they're having a tough time just playing the game. I mean, their offense is getting stuffed at the goal line, and they're giving up openings on the other side of the ball. So it's going to change for FSU for sure. Something's got to change a little bit if they are going to beat BPC in this one.
Yeah, Sino gets a second on the board, and so far, the interesting thing has been Florida State seen 7 shots from this team. All 7 have been saved by the Barons of Brewton-Parker. They have saved every single shot that has come their way. They are a brick wall. Antics demoed downfield, has no boost to get to the shot. Luigi able to intercept with Sino, pressuring his way through the corner. Fries, another nice takeaway. Back out to the midfield, gets it past Manny. No, doesn't. Great read from Manny. I mean, he's been looking locked in all day long, and now missed through the midfield, but somehow Antics gets back to it. Brewton-Parker hold off another attack from FSU.
I don't know how they're making the stops that they are right now. FSU has built up several good-looking opportunities in offense, and yet they're the ones closest to conceding, as Brewton-Parker have been outpossessed 60-40, the field domination stat, in favor of Florida State this game, and yet they don't get anything. 3-0 the final in game one. Brewton-Parker, a phenomenal start.
I mean, you look at that possession count, you gotta think that Florida State has to be winning this, but no. Brewton-Parker with a 3-0 shutout, and what a way to get this best of 7 started. I mean, we saw 4 shots from Luigi, 2 from Price, 3 from Fisher, none of them able to score, none of them able to get past the Barons. And I mean, Brewton-Parker, if they're able to keep up this defensive performance, they are going to be the team to beat.
No kidding. And I see right now in Twitch chat, everyone cheering for Florida State's bringing out the BPC curse of Raw just to stop this team somehow. Not even the curse is working at the moment. A 3-0 game one is a great start for the Barons, but game two, a big opportunity to counter out of the Seminoles. And I know their coach Avalance is talking to him right now, getting them set up to take on BPC. Just find a way through a stout brick wall of a defense that the Barons were putting up all throughout game one. So we'll see what happens here if the Seminoles can respond. Man, Brewton-Parker look good right now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of the strategy change coming out of Florida State. I mean, this is a team, they have a lot of flourish, they have a lot of mechanics, they have a lot of style, but Brewton-Parker, they don't seem to care about any of that moving forward as they just continue to shut down plays time and time again. Florida State might have to look towards more of those infield passes, maybe even that physicality game a little more, because the Barons, I mean, they are just invicting their authority early.
No kidding. Fries will try to intercept Fisher, follow up, but Low boost, on low boost rather. BPC still doing great work. And Antics now with full boost, chasing down Fries. Florida State can't escape the clutches of Brewton-Parker at the moment. And this offense will live on for the Barons. Manny, a drop ball center. No one touched it until Antics pinched it away at the end. A little backwards right there. Florida State somehow holding on here.
And they're going to try and get an attempt on offense here, but Manny, another big challenge one. Antics taps it away. Using the remainder of that boost to send into the back while trying to get over Fisher. Can't quite get it there. Good control from Fisher back out to the midfield, but that line just being controlled by Brewton-Parker. Another quick block coming out from Fries, just trying to stall a little bit of time and just trying to shake the Barons off the offensive end now.
And after being outpossessed in game one, Brewton-Parker is the team that I feel have made adjustments. That's come up with a completely different game plan, as their offensive control right now is spectacular. That is their third shot on target in the first 90 seconds off the back of nearly 90% field domination. They haven't broken through just yet. There's some nice blocks out of Florida State on their goal line, but you never see 90% field domination across this long a stretch of play in a Rocket League game.
Yeah, especially against a team who just beat Colorado earlier tonight. I mean, Brewton-Parker, they are looking absolutely insane getting things going. Their pressure just seems to be so quick. Their rotation so clean. Nice demo from Fry. And the Antics just able to get to that shot in time. Trying to shake off Luigi, sees Manny upfield. Finds it. Fisher can't keep it out. And the Barons break through first.
So close for Florida State, but they invest a little bit too much in that offensive possession. Fries a millimeter, honestly, away from stopping that counter, but it still was an effective counterattack. Brewton-Parker find themselves a Game 2 lead, and Fisher spamming "This is Rocket League" in chat because of how close I imagine that touch was from stopping BPC from scoring.
Yeah, almost had it. I mean, you can see Florida State, as soon as they were able to break free just a little bit, they immediately sent everything they had to try and get a goal. But, I mean, BPC not going to let it go too easy, and they were able to turn in their first nice demo from Antics. Has been finding those midfield demos time and time again. Sino flick up high. Fisher keeps it out. Is there any follow-up? No. Double commit between Fries and Luigi. Antics off the corner. Fries, good patience. No. Another double commit. This one tapped down. Sino snipes the ball. It's dancing on the goal line. And Fries touches it out, but Sino dunks it back in. No one from FSU could get that one out cleanly.
Oh, what a strange sequence from the double commit between Fries and Luigi. And that ball just hanging on the goal line. Sino, a phenomenal finish amid the chaos, keeping a cool head and just 50ing that ball straight up and in. Brewton-Parker continue their run right now over the Seminoles. 5-0, the streak that BPC is on.
I mean, Florida State, again, we've seen how strong this team can be. We saw them take down Colorado, which is no small feat and any stretch of imagination, and now they have been shut out in almost 8.5 minutes of Rocket League versus BPC. Looking to break through here. Luigi looking for Fisher downfield. Antics having none of it. Able to win the challenge back into the orange side. Fries one touch away, but Manny there falls midfield. Fisher, good touch across. Florida State, I mean, now they're just running out of time to answer.
Oh, that was a good opportunity too. The pass to Luigi upfield was a little bit off target, but still gives Fisher an opportunity on an exposed net. And Florida State finally, almost 9 minutes into this series, find their first goal as BPC was just a little bit too scrambled right there.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward challenge coming through. Luigi able to win it well up into the ceiling. Manny couldn't quite jump for it. Sino couldn't quite go up the back wall for it. No one really knew how to attack that one, and Fisher lurking to take full advantage. So the lead cut in half for FSU. Now just looking to find a second here in regulation. Open look, but Antics, another great demo at the midfield to eliminate an opportunity from the Seminoles.
Fries out to the side, no one there to meet it except for BPC cars, and he locating Antics on the far side. Nearly worked out, but FSU putting up a good defensive stand again, keeping this game in a manageable state. Just a 1-goal lead for the Barons. They've led a lot this series, but FSU are hunting for an equalizer in regulation, but BPC not willing to give it to him just yet. Pushing back on the Seminoles. Fisher bumped off the play. He'll have to make a stop again on the goal line for FSU. Brewton-Parker doing well to hold off this FSU attack.
I mean, it just seems like as time goes on, since Florida State have gotten there first, they just seem due for another, but with Brewton-Parker's defense still standing tall time and time again, it's such a tall task, and now a mistouch out and Luigi all over it. 11 seconds to go, and FSU tie it up.
Oh my word. Sino was looking for Manny, but I just didn't realize Luigi was right there in Manny's face, and Luigi says, "Thank you very much. I will take that equalizer." And Florida State, out of nowhere, have tied us up.
After not scoring at all in game 1, they tied up 2-2. Here in game 2, looking to even up the series. Manny trying to finish in regulation, no boost, lobs it up. Fisher has control, maybe just looking to kill this one here. Look towards overtime. Manny tries a backflip it up. It will drop, however. Game 2 overtime between BPC and FSU.
Got excited there. I thought the ball was going to stay up on 0, but no, we get overtime. Our first overtime on stream tonight. It's taken a while, but we finally gotten here. And FSU looking to tie up the series. The soft lob towards the back wall of BPC. Sino on top of it, finds Manny in the corner. Those connections have worked so well for Brewton-Parker throughout this one. Double commit from FSU. No one actually made contact, and no one's going to continue to make contact until Luigi's forced into a 50-50 with antics right there. The ball pokes center, allowing BBC to keep possession, fire a shot on target, but still, find nothing as FSU holds together.
Yeah, I had to hesitate on that for a moment. It looked a little bit awkward coming down, and now Sino tries to win into the back wall. Does. Can't get the shot on target. Fries sends this one away for just a moment. Use the remainder of that boost. Sino, great challenge over Fisher. Forced to rush back. You can see a midfield battle here in OT. Fisher looking for a good 50. Antics has the boost advantage in this situation. Wins it away. Fries good positioning on that sidewall. Manny outpaces 2. A bump comes through net wide open. Antics walks it in, and BPC extend the series lead to 2.
That bump, did Fisher get bumped from the midfield line?
I believe Antics did bump him as 3rd.
That was going to be a bad double commit if he wasn't bumped right there. And that's been kind of the bane for FSU throughout this series, is those double commits. Just those small mistakes giving Brewton-Parker space. But that one was very much forced. What a game between BPC and Florida State. I was worried after game 1, but a great bounce back from FSU made it close, but that wasn't enough to get through Brewton-Parker in game 2. Wonderful overtime game out of the Barons.
I mean, yeah, with the Barons playing so well in the opening half of that game, they were just so tough to stop. Obviously, we saw Florida State being able to make the comeback happen. They were really able to really start to find their offense going forward, but unfortunately, I mean, BPC, they ended up prevailing in the overtime. Antics, the bump plays in the backfield, they're just so dangerous, and you never see them coming. And of course, it strikes in OT when it matters most.
That was a big goal for Brewton-Parker, because Florida State seemed to be really gaining steam in this best of 7, and that could have flipped the complexion really of this series. So getting into game 3 here in a second. The lobby kicked us out, so we're gonna take a second longer to break it down. But only 5 shots for FSU Drones. They still scored off of 2 of those, but their offensive output really has been stunted a lot by this Brewton-Parker defense.
Yeah, we saw more so in game 1 that Florida State, they took a lot of shots, but there was just a lot of saves from BPC. There in game 2, BPC hardly let them have any opportunities until the latter half of that game. Of course, we saw FSU start to take advantage. They were pretty efficient, shooting 2 for 5 as a team is a solid statistic, but with Brewton-Parker just having so much pressure early, being able to take control, just be in that driver's seat for as long as possible, you just get the feeling that they're in full control.
I don't know about full control, but I will grant you most control. At the moment, at least. Brewton-Parker looking pretty good. But 30 seconds in, Florida State going to start their first attack of game number 3. Luigi maintaining control on 11 boost. And so with that minimal boost, he can't follow up his touch. Brewton-Parker get out again. And a reminder, last game, and I just remember this myself, but it started the first 2 minutes with Brewton-Parker spending 90% of those first 2 minutes in the offensive zone. They still didn't find their first goal until after that point, which is kind of wild, but it shows you the resilience Florida State has, so I'm not concerned about them going down 2 games against BPC, but if Brewton-Parker could find another game victory in hand, we're getting close to this series being over, because BPC is way too solid to give a reverse sweep up in a semifinals.
I mean, we see how locked down this team can be. They're able to shut down so many plays. Again, a very heavily offensive team like FSU got shut out in game number 1, and of course the first half of game 2 also just led by BPC. You got to get the feeling that if they go up 3 games, that they're just going to be able to, at least in those 4 other opportunities, those 4 other games, that if Florida State were able to manage to get it to 7, you just get the feeling that Brewton-Parker, they would just be able to, solidify themselves at least one time and take the series.
You would think. We've seen crazy things on Monday Night Lights, though, so let's just see how this series wrapped up. We're still tied 0-0. 2 minutes into game 3, Florida State, some decent looks. Brewton-Parker the same. Nothing getting through the back line of either side at the moment. Xantix has control, but nothing in the tank, so Luigi will take that away from him. Maintain it, though. A double commit from Florida State will thin out their back line momentarily. A nice stretch pass out. Could have found Fisher, actually still does. And they'll put that center. Awkward transition, but it works out for the Seminoles momentarily, though. Brewton-Parker, again, as per the norm, finds another opportunity going the other way.
Yeah, they just seem to be able to escape into the offensive half so much. Now just trying to break down the defense slowly and methodically. Manny far side. Good 50 from Luigi, using the remainder of that boost to try and find a 50 on Antics. Manny trying to escape prize, no boost remaining. Wall dashing, trying to speed up. Might have a late touch. Fisher pops it up to Fries, and Luigi gonna take it away for the clear.
Got no boost again, though, so needs Fries' help to follow. But Sino does well. Just get a toe on those challenges coming off of Florida State cars. So very nicely done by Brewton-Parker to maintain possession. Manny, though, has to give it up to Fries. He picks up 100 boots at the midfield line as Antics challenging first, and we go alongside Sino, but Fisher couldn't get a complete read where that ball was going off the side wall. So FSU playing defense momentarily, though Fisher still showing off his mechs to postpone a Brewton-Parker offensive opportunity and give Florida State perhaps one on the other end. But again, nothing doing. Still nothing for either side. We're about to enter the final minute.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking like a very close game. Obviously, the defenses have been working less so on the goal line, more so at the midfield, just trying to shut down opportunities before they really even come about, taking away these possessions, trying to intercept passes. We've seen it go back and forth. Fries might have a breakthrough here. No Antics, cuts it off before it even gets to the near post. Sino low boost, looking for Antics. Now to Manny, the 1-2-3 from BPC, and they break the ice here in game number 3.
Oh, and that's just the 3rd shot this game out of Brewton-Parker, which shows you how efficient you need to be when a team is playing defense as well as Florida State is right now. But it's not enough. Brewton-Parker looked so good in that counterattack. And final minute now, Dronis. FSU need an equalizer now.
Yeah, they need to find something on the offensive end quickly here. They do not want to let Brewton-Parker have this lead going into those final 30-20 seconds. Otherwise, they're just going to be able to hold on. Fisher trying to find a way through, leaves it for Fries into the corner. It goes. Luigi forced to retreat. Antics has a dribble. Might just play for the flick. That he does. Clinical work from Antics, and Brewton-Parker take a 2-0 lead.
Wonderful flick from Antics. Timed perfectly. Luigi had to turn at some point. Couldn't just keep driving into his goal forever. And Antics, as soon as Luigi turned to challenge him, flicks it top shelf. Brewton-Parker, they're going to find themselves more than likely now, unless FSU make a comeback happen on 4 match points. But okay, I will hold my horses. FSU trying to make something happen late.
Yeah, Manny, a couple awkward challenges there, kind of pushed up a little bit far, going for the kickoff challenge from the corner, then tried to push back an early challenge. Fisher in the corner, ended up losing and giving that opportunity. Now with the kickoff again, this one falling back down, might have a shot. This one goes high. Fisher, follow-up, no! Front was there! He couldn't get out of the way. Antic sends it in the back wall, looking for the dagger. Manny up for it. Luigi, outspeed, final opportunity for FSU.
And that will force a double commit. That net's exposed. Who's there to shoot? Luigi. Top left. Bang! FSU score on 0 seconds. We're going to overtime.
A massive double commit from the Barons. You hardly ever see it. And the one time it happens, Luigi there to punish for FSU.
Okay, let's see if this overtime goes any better for Florida State as they tie us up in electrifying fashion. Brewton-Parker will find the first opportunity in extra time. Manny on target, not really. It was a little short of being on target, but still, stopped by FSU regardless, and Fries will look for a clear.
And you gotta feel that BPC, they might be feeling the pressure a little bit after they giving up a 0-second goal, now having to win another overtime on a huge pinch all the way across. Sino can't quite read it. Antics lines it up in the corner, wants to find it to Manny. 50 trying to come right back middle, but Fries able to intercept. Now Luigi moving back forward. We're seeing these quick turns at the midfield that BPC have been doing all game long. Manny, no boost, one touch out. It's going to be a free ball for Luigi into the back wall. Can he read the double? No, not quite. Just couldn't get it under the crossbar.
Oh, Luigi is feeling dangerous right now, going for that. But it's Fries. Actually, can't catch up to that ball. Florida State looking to maintain control. Manny takes it all away. 0 boost to the BPC representative and a nice corner wall pinch to pop the ball up and allow BPC to try to set up offense, but they lose it. Couldn't hold the midfield line, so they retreat for a moment. Go right back to it with a clear, giving themselves an opportunity to win the game. Antics short and off target on a potential game winner, and the Seminoles will find it out.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity that just seemed to be missed, and now Antics up to the ceiling. Sino fires. Is anyone home? No, sir. Brewton-Parker able to take another overtime. Fisher, an awkward read. Fries couldn't get there in time. Neither could Luigi, and BPC up 3-0 over FSU.
Unshaken by the 0-second goal. Brewton-Parker demonstrating some kind of stoicism right there at the end of game 3. These are close. I mean, game 1 was, I don't know if it was a blowout. The shot output was tight. It was a 3-0 BPC, but the last 2 games since that first one have really been so tight. 2 overtimes. Brewton-Parker just narrowly that much better than Florida State at finishing games. Fewer shots this time around in the Seminoles, but did well in overtime to solidify, stay together, and get themselves up 3-0 in this series.
I mean, I think Florida State, just in the early possessions of the game, they did outshoot BPC, but I think they were just a little more inaccurate with their shooting. BPC, they were much more efficient. We saw Florida State 9 total shots. They scored 2, 3 were saved. So 5 of their 9 were on target, which just means 4 of their 9 shots, almost 50%, were actually just off the mark.
Yeah, they could do for a little bit more efficient shooting, but that is tough to do against Brewton-Parker. I mean, their backline defense, in most cases, the 2 that they gave up, they were spread thin thanks to some double commits and poor positionings in defense. But for the most part, BPC has been stellar on the goal line, and that has held a very good Florida State offense in check through 3 games. We'll see if they can get the 4th, cap off a sweep, head into the grand finals to play UTK. But man, Florida State, it feels like they've been playing Brewton-Parker too close to not take at least 1 game in this best of 7.
I mean, we've seen 2 overtimes in 3 games. You just gotta feel like Florida State are almost due to take a game off the Barons, but I mean, Brewton-Parker, they've continued to stand tall and continue to take games, so they're going to be looking to do it in 4. And I mean, going against a team like UTK, getting a sweep to go into that series would be a great look. A near miss coming through there. Sino tried to snipe that bottom right corner, couldn't quite find it.
Fisher pop over one, but not the second. Manny and Antics trying to get on the board early for Brewton-Parker, but instead it's Luigi hunting for an opening goal there. As Florida State miss out on their first chance of the game. Brewton-Parker have had several already, but haven't been able to get through Florida State. That could have been danger for Brewton-Parker had Manny not gotten a toe on the ball. But let's give it possession momentarily. Florida State intercepting to keep it going. Fries, no extra touch, as Antics is speedy to match that on the backboard for BPC.
Oh, now 2v1 opportunity punished by the Barons. I mean, Antics and Sino running downfield. Fisher tried to shadow here, but a high flick just off target. Sino immediately up for it. There's just nothing you can do. And BPC, again, take the early lead, and Florida State have to work from behind.
Yep, and this is tough for the Seminoles. Playing from behind with their backs against the wall in a best-of-7. We'll see how their mental looks. So far, right to it. Off kickoff, looking good. Fisher over to Fries. And I wouldn't expect any kind of stress from FSU, as I've said a lot tonight. They are playing with house money in terms of where their 3 careers, respectively, are at. 2 minutes in here, still hunting for the first goal against the Barons. And Antics will clear the zone. 30 boost in hand. Flip reset in hand. Won't use it, just takes the dirt. Allows the rest of his team to do work in offense.
Good challenge from Luigi, buying a little bit of time and space for the Seminoles. Now Sino through the corner up to the ceiling, might have a delayed flip. No, he finds above his head. He finds another. Can Antics get there? Yes, he can. Sino, bully ball on the goal line, bumps 2, 1 from midair, sees Luigi, bloodlust in his eyes, takes him out of the picture as well, and Brewton-Parker extend their lead.
I love that from Sino. Not just because it was a great play from him, but there have been times in the past in Brewton-Parker series where he's been playing and has not had his best performances when they need him to. And like land securing series, like elimination series, he's struggled. But tonight, he has looked so good against the Florida State team that, I mean, the last time he played them, he did win in 5. And then the time before that, lost in 5. It's tumultuous against Florida State in Sino's Rocket League career. But he has looked so good tonight, though it's Antics and Manny right there in the face of the Seminoles, showing them who's boss as they put the Barons up 3-0.
Manny was a little bit awkward in the corner, but he made a great pass out. Antics flipping early to be able to get momentum and get that one kind of up in the zone of the net. So now 3-0 for BPC. They are looking to end this series here and now.
Luigi out to the side. Needs something to feel soon for Florida State. But Sino has control here. Luigi will take a little bit of it away, but the ball heads towards Manny's Fennec, and he'll carry out with plenty of resources. Sino, right place, right time. Manny gets the ball to him, and Sino knows how to finish. 4-0 BPC.
Yeah, Fisher, such an awkward spot to challenge there. Ended up just diming up Sino in the midfield. Now 4-0 for the Barons of Brewton-Parker. And Florida State, they got to make a change. They have 2 minutes to get at least 4 back, but right now it is just BPC running the show, and Florida State, I don't know what they can change in this amount of time.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It has been difficult to score just 1 or 2 against Brewton-Parker this series, let alone 4 in 100 seconds. They need some magic right now, the Seminoles do, and instead, they're just going to find more Sino. Good shot on. Fisher will block, but Luigi, upon collection of the ball, can't field the boost necessary to clear the zone for Florida State. It'll take a second longer, but Fisher got the ball out. Fries and Luigi, though, can't keep control of it. And there's just more offense. BPC, Sino off the back wall. An extra little touch to throw off the Seminoles more. And we will keep this 4-goal lead intact for the Barons.
And you can see them having a little bit more fun now as Sino, he's just going to walk this one in for a hat trick in game number 4. A little bit of an awkward rotation back. No one could reach it. Fries and Luigi both had 0 boots, and Sino splits the difference.
We're back to our game 1 kind of play from both teams. Brewton-Parker and their offense just looking dominant at the moment. Florida State have had some decent looks, but only now are they scoring their first, and it's a good one off kickoff, but might be too little too late. as it's a miss from Manny to give Fries an opening, but 5-1 is still a very detrimental scoreline.
Yeah, they're going to have to get even more of those if they want to have a shot at keeping themselves alive, not only in this series, but in this tournament. Fisher up high, might have a look, reset. A little bit of an awkward scoop, puts it into the post. Antics finds a turnaround. You can see Fries with the instant challenge. Antics does not care, still able to find his way out. Fisher booms it over to Fries, trying to get the offense jump started here. Fries hiding the back while Demo comes through from Sino to eliminate Fisher. Can Luigi get a shot on target? No, he cannot. Double attempt wide. Fries, no contact as well. You can see Florida State doing everything they can to break through. Eventually they will. Fries to Fisher to find the second.
All right, no, I'm not believing in the BPC curse of Raw right now. There's only 2 for Florida State. My commitment to BPC, having already swept this series, has not wavered. They should be able to close out the last 30 seconds. They got a 3-goal lead. There's no way they dropped it, right?
I mean, and we'll have to see. If we see one more, the kickoff goals could come through, but we need to see Florida State really get things started here. Nice demo from Fries. Manny looking for the takeaway. It's over Luigi as well. That's going to kill a lot of time on the clock. Luigi tries to turn around. Fisher has 0 boost, trying to do the same. Sino rolls it up the back wall, and that will run out the rest of the clock. The Barons of Brewton-Parker take down Florida State in 4.
It wasn't easy, but it's a sweep regardless for Brewton-Parker. And they will move on to face UTK in the grand finals. That is going to be a great best of 7 to cap off the Bepic and Final Form Entertainment Monday Night Lights tournament. But we say farewell to Florida State. They look good, Dronis. 2 overtimes forced, a wonderful 0-second goal. But it was not enough to keep pace with Brewton-Parker.
Yeah, they had some incredibly good looks, of course. It was a lot of fun to see this team compete, but unfortunately, the Barons just so strong. And now that's 2 semifinal sweeps, 1 for UTK and now 1 for Brewton-Parker. Now those teams going head-to-head in the grand finals. I mean, both moving in with momentum. It'll be really fun to see that matchup.
Oh, and Sino hopping into Twitch chat to counter the BPC curse of Raw. Hey, it did not work at all on you, my friend. Sino stepped up big time in that game 4 especially. But Brewton-Parker looking good. Moving on to the grand finals to play the Volunteers of UTK, which we will have up next on the MrBepic Twitch channel. Monday Night Lights coming to a close in a little bit with BPC UTK. We'll take a short break before we get to grands, but we'll see you there.